Good day, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kenneth Mubea with DeKUT Africa as Capacity Development Lead. It's a great pleasure to be invited at this important hackathon workshop, and I provide this recording to support this great engagement. So from DeKUT Africa, many compliments as well as a continental program. So I wish to give you an overview of DeKUT Africa and how it's helping build capacity in Africa, and also how it will actually contribute to various programs, the university, as well as post-university. Welcome. So just providing a small overview of the DeKUT Africa program, providing quite insights for Africa. As you can see, the various images, cloud-free mosaics from Sentinel-2, Landsat, showing you the many opportunities from the continental services. And this is a program for everybody. So the program was set up 4 or 5 years ago, and the mission has been that of providing analysis-ready data that will empower decision-making, supporting all sectors, including government, academia, and everybody included. So the program is based on open data. Program is free access for everybody, especially at this particular important workshop. So DeKUT Africa is working with partners across Africa, and it's currently hosted in Johannesburg, South Africa, partner RIS, and in Kenya, working closely with the Regional Center for Mapping Resources and Development in Nairobi, and working with other partners in West and Northern Africa. DeKUT Africa programs based on open data cube technology and hosted on Amazon Web Services. The program has been able to work with the partners in Africa to create continental services, which have also been validated. The first of these services was water observation from space way back 2020, and gives you water availability from space over 35 years. And you also have other continental services, including GeoMat, which is a cloud-free mosaic for Sentinel-2 and Landsat service. With the GeoMat, you can be able to access the service, and it's the one which has been used in various applications, among other services. So DeKUT Africa is providing the satellite data from the free data from the European Space Agency. We have Sentinel-1 and 2, and currently working on Sentinel-3 and 5. And from the USGS in the US, have access to Landsat 5, 7, 8, and 9. Many of the days we were doing our projects and we had to download data, but now with such a program analysis data, all this data has been processed to level 2, and is already acknowledged by a program called Committee of Earth Observation Satellites, CEOs, who provide metadata, especially if you need to provide details of how you use the data and the methodology. The data sets are in a library format, so they actually provide now information and insights across Africa. This has also been used to support various national development priorities and also looking at sustainable development goals. And also the program provides free online platform courses as well as a help desk. And this is quite a program for you in Africa to take forward your research, from looking at coastlines, looking at monitoring of crops, food security, or even monitoring water over many years. Water observation from space was one of the first services, and it's available since 1985. Imagine that wetland or water body you can look at and get more insights over time. Some of the wetlands are the ones you're told they were dried, and some have reappeared. Even looking at the Rift Valley lakes, Lake Baringo, and others. It's really helping countries get more insights into water availability, and it will support a lot of decision-making programs. Food security, we have the crop mask, which was built in 2019, and this one is really helping co-develop other algorithms that you could use for machine learning to show crop productivity, or even showing the start of a season and an end of a season, and really will correlate with the information that you might have collected during your various field work. The Digital Africa coastline was borrowed from Digital Africa Australia, and here in Africa, co-developed with the partners Centers of Ecology in Senegal and the Regional Center for Mapping in Nairobi, Kenya. So coastlines cover 38 countries in Africa, and one of the longest coastline is in Somalia. And this coastline service from Landsat is from the year 2000 to the year 2023. It means you have at least over 23 years of data, and very informative for giving us information about hotspot areas. Just as you can see from the graphic, you could actually zoom into an area and look at how the coastline has changed over time, and even get more insights that you can actually help and inform some of your projects or the government. Especially if you are looking at the different changes, there are areas which have increased and areas which have decreased. And this is quite informative that you can even do the measurements and see the annual shorelines, and some of the coasts we've seen they have changed over many years. So looking at an example on the Digital Africa map, you could zoom into an area and look at the dynamics of the mangroves and the changes over time. Quite good insights to inform most of our work. Digital Africa went ahead from the water observation from space and developed the water body service, which is very key to unlocking the potential of water management, showing over 700,000 individual water bodies. Imagine. This can be very useful, especially now you can access the data and get the insights, and you'll see in some of the examples on how you could use it for some of your work and projects. So access to Digital Africa is possible through the Digital Africa map. We also have the sandbox for some of your analysis, Jupyter notebooks. We also have access to Digital Africa through OpenStreetMap. We have the QGIS, and also we have Esri, and also we have access via an API to your other service. And also we have access to our learning platform, where we give you more insights and build your capacity, and you'll get a certificate of completion and participation. This is very key also in your resume and your work. So just giving you an insight on how you can access the platform. When you go to digitalafrica.org website, on the platform, you'll be able to see ways of accessing it, and just go into the sandbox, where hopefully most of you will have some time and have a feel. You can be able to get your registration in the sandbox and get a verification and start using the sandbox and see the various folders which are pre-run for you. And with these ones, you can be able to see some work, some data sets that we have, as well as some every folder has some sets of data sets, and also we have the Jupyter, we have the GitHub as well, where you can get more insights, especially for developers, and also very making sure that we leave no one behind. So Digital Africa has a great partnership with Esri, where Digital Africa datasets are also available in the Africa GeoPortal. And also we've worked with Esri to document some of the tutorials, self-paced, showing you insights of how you can access Africa GeoPortal and how you can access some of the data like coastlines. Digital Africa has worked closely with partners across the continent, and now in Kenya, working closely with the Regional Center for Mapping, show some highlights of the Rift Valley Lakes, and also some engagements with the Kenya Wildlife Service and the Northern Rift Trust, NRT, documenting the rehoming of giraffes way back in 2021, and also other insights in the wetlands, and also some insights on how to monitor some of the water bodies. So this story was one of the impact stories, working closely with the Northern Rangeland Trust, and some of our alumni at DeKUT happened to work there in NRT some years ago. And in these particular insights, we were informed about the rising levels of the lakes, and you can see from the water observation from space on this side. And also very key was that these giraffes are located at Ololekwe Island, which they were put here 50 years ago for conservation by the community in Samburu. They have peacefully coexisted in the island, but over time, with the rising levels of the lakes, they have been vulnerable, and also with the diminishing, resources and pasture resources, it was critical for them to be rehomed to a safe sanctuary. And this was possible through providing such insights from space, which are very key to unlock conservation as well as other programs. So looking closely at water observation from space, We could see the context of Lake Baringo over time, especially from the year 2019. It was noted around September some rising levels, as you've seen in the media and also documentaries. And around that 2020 also, there was quite some floods, which was affecting the lake in the south called Lake 94, where it actually looked as if they were actually joining. So quite informative insights. Also looking at the other side, we have a lake Olbolosat, which over time has decreased in levels, as you've seen from these water bodies. And this is quite some insights you can generate using the digital platform. You could go to any of the water bodies and actually see, and currently working with the Regional Center for Mapping to come up with a wetland workflow that we can identify some of the wetlands in Kenya. Also, looking at wetland ability here is looking like at the water quality. We could use available the Sentinel-2 data where we have the bands and this particular index on the chlorophyll. We could actually see what's happening from space. And also on the side, we can generate some animation also in Africa. As you can note that Lake Bogore is a hot spring, so changes are quite, you can see over time, and something in the close blue is good quality. And recently, this year, when we had floods, it was possible to use Sentinel-1 to actually see the extent in the March and May. And you could see areas around this side were affected by floods in red. So quite informative to inform different programs. So looking at also the same Masinga Dam, we can look at the water bodies and you can see the dam over time. And also when we remember some days when we used to have power blackouts, it was when the levels were really low. It was a prolonged drought, but over time they have regenerated. There was also some time before 2017, there was some droughts and the levels were low. However, it has peaked over time. Also using Digital Africa, we can get insights on crop productivity from space. In the sandbox is a notebook called Crop Health. And with this one, it's quite useful to give you vegetation index over time using Sentinel-2. This is an example of where they're growing of rice. We also have forecasting vegetation as another notebook in the sandbox, which gives you an idea of the phenology over time. And you can actually get to see what can happen in the next 2 months, just as an indication. Then also we have urban growth monitoring using one of the notebooks, and just as a visualization, we could generate urban change over time and see also from the side some of the images capturing the growth of the city over time. Also, we can get some information about animation with rainfall using the data from CHAPS, and also combining that also with Landsat just to see what has happened over time. Very key to see aspects of drought and also rainfall anomaly which has been experienced. Digital Africa has been closely working with the youth. You are the future leaders of tomorrow, working closely with the African Women in GIS and the Youth Mappers. And in the Youth Mappers, we had a technical challenge 2 years ago where we recognized the 4 winners from Uganda, Malawi, Sierra Leone, and Tanzania. And some of their projects were self-based, and also on the other side, working with African Women in GIS to grow the network. In terms of working with African Women in GIS, we were able to do a technical challenge with them, and we had a winner from Nigeria and another from South Africa. And hopefully this year we'll be working on something similar where we'll grow the network and have another technical challenge, because of the leadership always changes over time. But this is also good because we could see some of our alumni being part of this group and also growing the community. Some of the projects youth mappers have been able to do using our platform, Digital Africa, we have the case of the Makerere University. They were looking at forest conservation, detecting areas which have been changed over time. And also the same case with the Malawi University of Science and Technology. So some of these people have graduated recently, and they are trying to come up with startups, and they're using the program in the various areas. Digital Africa was able to work with the State University of Zanzibar, where we were able to support an internship program, and it was more focused on mangroves and coastal erosion and coastal mapping, key when we have champions in universities. So those are just some of the opportunities, how we could work closely with you. And looking at one of the events we had with the youth members, we could see some of you here who were able to attend this important event, sharing from different voices, from Red Cross, from our community leaders, different programs, and even some of our alumni were here, like Hot OpenStreetMap leaders were here. So there's a lot of potential using this Earth observation technology, as you've seen over time. Digital Africa has training programs in English and French, and more closely looking at step-by-step courses. I could just show you how to access them on our platform. There's a training and help, and we could start with an introduction to the sandbox, giving you an overview of how the platform works, and also now moving to other areas like water resources. We have a course also in integrated water management, agriculture, land degradation, urbanization, and also water bodies. So we continue to grow the program, and hopefully soon we'll have the opportunity to have another workshop where I'll be able to come at the university and work closely with you. Such an awareness session, very key with the blessing of your lecturers and professors. So Digital Africa also has live sessions every week in English and French, and these sessions are normally recorded on YouTube, just as today's session has been recorded so that you can actually follow self-paced and giving you an opportunity to connect with us in the other live sessions that we have this week, closely working with Esri as well to showcase the geoportal and some of the tools that we are using for flood monitoring. They'll be showcasing something on the Garissa floods, another also the Lake Baringo use case, and others. So we grow the network based on that community. So it's all about building the community and also acknowledgement for the partners who've made this program possible, especially the Australian government and Helps the Trust, and also our partners in different countries, especially Regional Center for Mapping in Kenya. And also these my contacts, and also a QR code where you're able to scan and you'll be able to receive this PowerPoint presentation. And also thanking DeKUT and the champions of organizing such an important event so that everyone is connected, and we'll keep up these connections so that we grow the network, and soon most of you will be doing most of your programs. You'll be working in different sectors, and the possibilities are many. And these programs are meant to empower you, leaving no one behind. Thank you so much, colleagues, and also keep doing the best you can. Thank you.